Helsinki. Let's get to it. Hello everybody, Nate Patterson from Solo Productions. This is Express Yourself. And I'm sitting here in a black wife beater. I don't give a fuck, right? Look like an old man, right? But in any regard, man, let's get to this business. Okay, there's two things that I want to discuss today. One's a particularly small issue. The other one, I mean, everybody in the world saw. So the first one, I saw this video on Facebook. Of course, you know, the cops are still going ham. They shooting and beating us like fucking crazy, right? And now, you know, with Trump elected, 45 elected, you know, all these so-called bold crackers is now coming to, I'm calling them crackers because that's what they are. Okay? And you could take a racial perspective on that all the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. They're crackers. Look up the urban definition of a cracker, okay, and get the definition and get it fucking right, all right? So anyways, these crackers, right, you know, they coming out from under the woodwork trying to you know, be dominant and tell us what to do and get out of here and don't come around here and all this other pro-Jim Crow shit, right? You know, they're doing that again. And what are we doing if we're not waiting on Jesus to come in and change this? We ain't doing shit. And that's what bothers me, right? You know, you guys heard me get on Facebook and rant, talk about when a nigga like me step up with my mouth and say some shit you motherfuckers put on a goddamn cape. You know what I mean? Tell me to shut the fuck up. I was sitting here thinking about that when I was watching this video of this young kid. I guess he, you know, crossed over, got white friends, right? Took him to a place where, you know, his white friend thought he could go, but he got a rude awakening. The other white people didn't want him there. You see, that's the problem when you get white friends. You think that the world is okay and, hey, I got white friends and I'm great and we're going to go everywhere. No, the fuck you're not. No, the fuck you're not. And you need to get that bullshit out your goddamn head. Especially, man, motherfuckers that do interracial dating and whatnot, man. Oh, he loves me. She loves me. Yeah, but his fucking family don't. His friends don't. And everywhere that he goes or she goes, they don't want you there. You know what I mean? So when you cross over, you choose that shit. Don't come fucking back crying to us. You chose it. Don't come back crying to us. Anyway, this little kid, teenage guy, right? You know, you can tell he ain't about the streets by the way he talk and dress. Cool. There ain't no problem with that. You know what I mean? But he chose to have white friends. Fine. Ain't no problem with that either. He goes to a pool. White friends takes him to a pool. And he trying to go swim, breathe, and be black in the water. And here come this bitch. Get the fuck out. But she don't stop there. She slaps the motherfucker. You see, that's where I got a problem. Now, you could be docile. You can be not about all this stuff. But like Jim Brown said, in a Richard Pryor joke, everything on the outside belonged to him, but everything on the inside belonged to me. When you put your hands on me, all fear leaves and it's fucking on. Either I'm gonna beat your ass or you're gonna beat mine. That shit's just gonna happen. There ain't no more words. There's no more fucking words. Once you put your fucking hand on me, you can talk all you want. But once you touch me, there's no more words. Now you got to deal with me. Okay? But this young man didn't think like that. No, he ran home and he told his parents, and the parents ran and they did a lawsuit and all this other bullshit. Seriously? Seriously. You got cops that see a black man in fear for his life and just shoot the motherfucker and then ask questions later, and you don't say a fucking thing. But oh, that's wrong. Here this bitch slapped the fuck out of this little kid and he didn't do a fucking thing? Seriously? Let me give you a story. And this is a true story. It just happened, about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'm walking down the street, backpack, 50 pounds on my back, right? Carrying some shit home. Hot outside. Ain't got time to be fucking with nobody. I just want to get home, get this shit off my fucking back, right? These two little girls standing on the sidewalk, young, about 15, 16, 17, somewhere in that area, right? having a conversation, looks serious. I got my headphones on. I don't hear nothing but music and sweat pouring down because it's hot. I'm trying to get home. I'm trying to walk by these two little girls. One little girl, she got into a little groove, got that shit going, and then she decided to back up into me. No big deal. Blocked it. Kept going. Now, unbeknownst to me, this little bitch was fucking cussing me out, telling me some shit that I didn't hear, right? But I didn't know until I saw this other little punk motherfucker coming in front of me, right? Little skinny little kid with a little fucking high top fade and shit. You weigh 99 pounds. Okay? But anyway, I can't hear this motherfucker either. I could tell he running his mouth to these people behind me. But then he pointed at me. So then I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm walking with 50 pounds on my back. He's coming towards me. I'm coming towards him. Right? Then he got into a range where I could hear him over the music in my earphones. And he said, you want me to slap him? Okay. Because, see, I know you little motherfuckers, man. Y'all backdoor motherfucker in a minute, right? So I got on point. And then we came like this and looked each other in the eye. And so I'm looking at this motherfucker, and he leaned down, he said, you need to watch where the fuck you going on the sidewalk. Now contrast that little nigga with the little motherfucker that the white bitch fucking slapped the fuck out of him. He didn't say a goddamn thing. See, here's a little hood motherfucker ready to go toe-to-toe with me. I'm 60 years fucking old, right? And I ain't even touched this nigga. I ain't say nothing to him. He saw me bump this girl behind me. You know what I mean? I guess he's going to try to get some pussy in her name, and he's going to challenge me. But now, what if I would have been white? That's my question. Little motherfucker, would you have said something? Would you have said any goddamn thing? I'm quite sure you would have. Because you a hood nigga. This little motherfucker in this video, man, I don't know what your parents teaching you, but they're teaching you fucking wrong. Even the Bible says, you stand in the day of evil. You understand what I'm saying? You stand. You don't fucking run. You don't fucking run when evil rears its ugly head. You don't fucking run. Oh, well, I got something else in my other ear screaming, flee the appearance of evil. Really? Flee the appearance of evil? Then you a running motherfucker like the Running Man, right? That dance and whatnot. Fear the appearance of evil. If you haven't fled and evil is facing you, you need to stand. Either you're a coward or you're not. There's nothing wrong with opening up your motherfucking mouth. A lot of you niggas are scared to fucking say shit because it might upset them. Well, they killing us. They're beating the fuck out of us. Now they calling cops on us for selling lemonade. And you scared to open up your mouth because your friends might think you're racist. You ain't doing us no fucking good doing that dumb shit. These motherfuckers is clowning us every chance they get. And we walking away with our head held proud. Now I told you I was thinking about some shit earlier, right? That's what I was thinking about. All those Negro subservient movies that you motherfuckers that Nick, you need to watch it. Oh, it's so good. Everybody, go see 12 Years a Slave. Go see The Help. Go see all this other shit where we just cower down and serve white people. Because you got to remember what we've been through, motherfucker. Who wants to remember that shit? Who? I'm trying to forget that shit, but you motherfuckers keep bringing that shit up every time these motherfuckers make a slave movie. I got to go see it. Why don't you take your ass over to your motherfucking white friend's house, put some chains on, take your shoes off and wait on that motherfucker and get it over with? Why don't you do that? Because I'm not built for that shit. I ain't no bad nigga, but I ain't gonna be built for that shit. You understand? I got a line. And guess what? I'm willing to give up my fucking life not to be compromised crossing that line. Are you? And that's what brings us here. We're going to get to the Helsinki in a minute, but I'm feeling this right here, man. I know I'm doing a lot of cussing, but I don't give a fuck, man, because I'm mad because that little nigga pissed me the fuck off in that video. You know, I mean, it's a fucking white woman. You could have pushed that bitch and said, bitch, get out of my face, and she would have ran. You understand? You didn't have to hit her. But you didn't have to stand there and like a little fucking coward, man. Now you on the news? I'm gonna leave that nigga alone, man. Handle your business, brother. But you should have smacked that bitch and told her to get the fuck out your face. Stand up and be a goddamn man some goddamn time. It's okay to hit black women and beat the fuck out of them and kill them. But then when you fucking touch a white woman, all of a sudden you can't hit a woman. Fuck all that dumb shit, nigga. Defend yourself. I don't give a fuck who you are. You touch me, it's on. Except if you're a little kid. Yeah, I don't beat up little kids. Right? But seriously, man. It's called self-protection, man. It's called self-defense. You know what I mean? Well, you can only defend yourself against men and aggressors. You can't do it against women. Women will beat your ass today. Women will go toe-to-toe to you and beat your fucking ass like a fucking man. You keep like, I can't hit a woman. You keep thinking that shit, they'll fuck you up and then call you a bitch. Don't believe me? Go try one. Go ahead. I dare you. I dare you. Yeah, just like I thought. But anyway, all right, enough about that. Let's get to this shit here. Helsinki. I shut down on this political shit because you guys know I go at it, right? But I mean, we got 4 years of this motherfucker. They're not gonna impeach this motherfucker in 4 years, right? I mean, that would be record time. Takes. Well, I'll say his term because it takes roughly about 2-3 years to impeach a motherfucker, right? So I knew it was gonna be some time. I didn't want to spend every day getting pissed off and stressed out, so I backed off the political cycle once again. Right? I backed off that shit, left it alone. Didn't even look at MSNBC, didn't listen to CNN, didn't listen to BBC, didn't listen to none of the other sources that I have, that I listen to, that I go to decipher information. Right? But yesterday I felt political, so I turned on MSNBC. Here's 45. Did I stop and look at him? No, I'm working, but I can still hear him out there. But he's supposed to be standing up with Putin. Now, someone asked the question, is he going to tell Putin? Hey, you're on watch there, buddy. Watch yourself, guy. Is he going to tell Putin that? I knew he wouldn't, but I said, I'm going to watch this shit. I'm going to see if he does. Of course he didn't. Wow, this motherfucker go by. Okay. So, I watched, I don't even know what to call it, man. I mean, I remember when they said Obama was going around apologizing. The apology tour is what they called it. What do you call that shit yesterday? I don't know. What do you call it? What do you call that shit yesterday? Excuse me. I gotta light a cigarette on this one because that shit, I mean, it was funny, but it did nothing but piss me off, and that's contrast. And I'm gonna tell you about each as soon as I can find my lighter. All right. Why was it funny, Nate? It was funny because it's status quo with this motherfucker. He ain't said nothing different. He's been saying the same shit since day one. He's been saying the same shit since the election cycle. He hasn't changed the story. He says the same fucking lines, almost word for word verbatim. So I'm not looking for anything different there. Right? I already know his mindset. You motherfuckers got the problem. I told you during the election cycle. Trump has the Russians backing him. That's how he won and stole the election. I said stole. He didn't win shit. He stole the election. And now I got even more insight because this motherfucker ran his mouth, right? And he gave me something to think about. Trump didn't win the election, the popular vote. They fucked with the popular vote, but they said, well, it didn't have any effect because Hillary still won the popular vote. You're right about that, but they still fucked with it. I was right on that. Yeah, did you guys hear? The Republican Senate said, yes, the Russians did, hack into the election. I said that right when it was happening. Remember when I said that and y'all said, Nate, you crazy? Fuck you. Yeah, I'm that guy that said that, so fuck you. So anyways, right? right? So, his verbiage hasn't changed, right? Let me tell you what's changed. This motherfucker said he ran a good race because he attacked the electoral college. Now let's take a look at that. Let's take a close look at that, because I said some things about the electoral college during the election cycle, and some things came up in the news. So now it's starting to connect. I mean, something to be said. You let a fool talk, let him run his mouth, and you'll learn. You'll gain a wealth of knowledge, right? So he said they attacked the electoral college. Well, half the Republican Party is behind Trump and in collusion with this thing. They're dirty too. Now, how do they all get that dirty? And what's keeping them there? What's keeping them from coming forward? Well, let's take a look at Putin for that answer. Because, see, I was in a discussion with one of my friends, and we were trying to figure out how do rich people order us around with no leverage? Their only leverage is, hey, we won't hire you and pay and give you a job. So what, motherfucker? We'll come in your house and take your shit. No, you won't, because I got leverage. Leverage is a TV show that I used to watch back in the 70s, and now I watch it again on repeats. I love that show, Leverage. Leverage is important, see, because leverage allows you to do many things that you wouldn't be able to do or wouldn't possibly be able to do without that leverage. Now, what is leverage? Well, I'm not going to go into the Webster definition of leverage, but I'm going to tell you what it is. Leverage is an advantage. Leverage allows you to speak, act, talk, or walk from a position of strength. Leverage is allies. Leverage is your army. Leverage are your bodyguards. Leverage is your mind. Right? Leverage is anything that you have stronger and superior over your target. That's leverage. Right? That means you have an unfair advantage. Now, what would be Trump's leverage? To keep all these Republicans who want to out this motherfucker, all these cabinet members and people that work for him that want to tell their story, quiet. What keeps them quiet? What leverage does Trump have over all these people, other than his dumbass fucking supporters that don't give a fuck anyway, because they hate niggers and Mexicans and Muslims and Puerto Ricans and Latinos and anything that ain't white. If you ain't white, we hate you. That's right, I'm white, so I get all the privilege because I'm white. We took this land from the Indians. Damn right we did. They had too much of it, so we had to come in and take it. Now we run this land because we're white. I think about that shit in my mind sometime, man. But anyway, right? What is Trump's leverage? Putin. Now let's take a close look at Putin. I think I said that right. Do you know Putin's history? Do you know his character and mindset and persona in Russia and all of Europe? I used to think, man, you know what I mean? United States judging Putin too wrong. He aight. Let me tell you something about Putin. You know all them movies about the Godfather? The Italians, they supposed to be so fucking bad. You know, Godfather came out, killed a horse, cut his head off, put it in the motherfucker's bed and all that shit. That's like fairy tales to Putin. Do you understand? That's like fairy tales. Putin ain't nothing to play with, dog. If you value your life. Because Putin don't give a fuck about your life. Your position, your title. He don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Putin's out to run the world. And the only way he can do that is to get the United States either under his rule or to go along with him. Well, he doesn't have us under his rule through force. He's manipulated 45 to go along and do his bidding. 45's foreign policy are Putin's foreign policies. Take a look at it. But what is Putin's leverage? I'd like to say the KGB. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? I'm sitting up here talking all this shit like, I got all the answers. No, this is just my opinion. Remember, express yourself. This is what I have deduced and figured out in my mind. And I don't think I'm too far from the fucking truth. right? Well, Putin's leverage, man, is his fucking. I gotta say the KGB because I don't know what the fuck you call those people that do his bidding, that kill people. You know, his strong arm motherfuckers that come in and say, "Hey, Putin wants this." You know what I mean? And you better do it. You know, like the TV show The Mafia doing. Fuck the Mafia when it comes to Putin. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't got shit on Putin. I'm quite sure Putin run them motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here and I'm watching this shit in Helsinki, and a motherfucker asks 45 point blank, "Hey, you gonna denounce this motherfucker and tell him he better not do it again or what?"
Would you now, with the whole world watching, tell President Putin, would you denounce what happened in 2016, and would you warn him to never do it again?
I wish I was there. I would have said it just like that. Yo, man. Well, look here, man. He asked him that shit. What did 45 do? Watch the tape. And while you're watching the tape, pay close attention to Putin's reactions.
My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this, I don't see any reason why it would be. So I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today.
See, don't listen to the words coming out of this motherfucker's mouth. Watch that motherfucker. And what you're going to see is that although 45 walked a tight line, he stayed well within the bounds that Putin set of things that he could say. And then he had to flatter Putin by telling him he's a great guy. Right? I mean, if you're not looking at that shit, then you're missing the whole fucking thing. You're missing the whole fucking thing. The truth is not gonna come out this motherfucker's mouth. I'm talking about 45. It's not coming out of his mouth, right? The truth is gonna come out of the body movement and the actions, right? And the emotion that this motherfucker Putin shows over here as he speaks his words. And it told the whole story. Now 45 stayed within the guidelines, and Putin was pleased. But Putin didn't like some of the things that he was saying. I could tell by the body language. I study body language. I read people. You should get into that. Then you won't have to get on Facebook talking about haters. You know what I mean? You already know who the fucking hater is. Then you can avoid the motherfucker if you want. Right? Read people. You should know 98% of this motherfucker's mindset before he even opened up his mouth. I'm talking about anybody that you encounter on a daily basis, just by their body language. And then when they open up their mouth, the other 2% will confirm what the fuck their body language told you before they open up their mouth. 97, 98% accurate, I guarantee you. I've been wrong, only a few times, and I really don't think I was wrong. But maybe I was. So anyways, right, Helsinki told us everything that we needed to know. Yes, the Russians did put Trump in office. Yes, the Russians are controlling Trump. Yes, Trump is is a treasonous president. Yes, Trump is raping America along with his family. Everything that they got on this motherfucker is true. Now, you know what's alarming? Fuck the GOP, because they only out for themselves. So they're gonna try to, ride Trump until the very end, and then they're gonna jump ship and throw him under the bus. Right? Probably kill his ass sooner or later. But what alarms me is the other side, the so-called Democrats, the independents, and the other people out there. They're not doing nothing to get this man out of office but marching in the fucking streets. That's not how you do it. Or they're waiting on Mueller. Well, what Mueller is going to do is only impeach the president, and then they have to indict and charge him and then prosecute him. You're talking years. He ain't going to jail. So fuck that. Either they're going to kill him or he's going to resign. That's it. He sold out our country yesterday. He committed an act of treason yesterday. It's all over the papers, all over the internet, all over everywhere. Everybody can see it except for the people that matter, that can make these decisions to actually get the ball rolling and get this motherfucker out of office. What are you waiting on? What has it been? 2 years now? A year? 2 years? I don't even know how long it's been. It seems like it's been 15. When you going to get this motherfucker out of office? When you going to do that? Helsinki. He just confirmed everything, man. Oh, before I go. And then the very next day, he came back and tried to change one word that was supposed to make everything okay. From wooden to wood. Freudian slip? I think not, sir. I think you spoke your mind. And now you're doing damage control. You can't control this. That damage is foobar. Fucked up beyond recognition. Maybe recognition is the wrong word. What's a word I can use? Our word that means, you just can't recognize it. Recognition, I guess so. Right? And you can't fix that. Alright, so that's all I got. That felt good to get that off my chest, man. I was getting stressed. Now I feel a lot better. Nate Patterson, put your comments down there, man. I'm opening this up because I don't give a fuck what people think. I'm just going to be me. This is where I'm happy, right? This is what I do. You know what I mean? I say these words, I talk raw, I talk real, and I don't pull no fucking punches because this is express yourself and I'm expressing myself. Peace.
Spread yourself. Whatever you do,